Today we're going to learn how to wire up a fire alarm panel, and it's not really that hard. It sounds scary when you look at it. You're like, oh, all these wires. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Okay, you just gotta calm down. So first thing is you've got power. So 120 volts comes in to the terminal block. It doesn't always come into a terminal block. And then in this case, this is an Edwards panel, so power comes into a transformer, and then it goes out to whatever. So we got the AC power in, so we got from the transformer. So see that? So now not every panel has a transformer. So like a Honeywell panel will have power going straight in, so 120 volts straight into the panel without a transformer. Now, second thing is you have batteries. So typically you got 24 volts, so you got two batteries in series. So you got batteries always go to the battery terminal, and then we have to put them in series. And you want to change these batteries every 6 years or whenever they go low. So that's very important. The second thing is, now, depending on how big of a system you will have a connection for a loop. So you may have one loop or multiple loops. So in this case, this is the Edwards panel. We've only got one loop. So that means all of our isolators, our pull stations or smoke detectors, our heat detectors, relays, they'll all be on this loop and they're daisy chained. Now, there's a limit to how many devices you can have on a loop, and I think it's like 120 if it's an addressable system. So we want to wire these. Now, there's two ways to wire them. The first way is you just use two wires and you daisy chain, and then at the last device you put an end of line resistor, or you can do a class A loop. So class A wiring says that the wire goes from the panel all the way to the first device, and then to the next, and then it comes back to the panel. So it's a little bit more tricky to do. Now in this case, you can see here's a pull station. So technically two wires are coming in and two wires are going back out. And now, since that's kind of messy, what they ended up doing is they have multiple zones. So what they did is they've cross-connected different sets of wires to each other. So they ran like 3 or 4 loops, and then the loops got connected in the panel, which is also okay, but it just makes the wiring much longer. Now the third thing that you have to follow is your NACs. So your NACs here are the bells, horn strobes. Now some panels, like the really big Siemens Firefinders, the audio comes from the panel, but the signal comes from the booster. Now why do you need a booster? Well, this panel can only power so many horn strobes before it gives out. So it's limited in how much power it can put out. So in this case, we've got 4 separate NAC loops. And so the way this is, you can wire NACs in class A, or you can, so that there's a loop. So you go out to the first horn strobe, and then the second and the third, and then you come back, in which case you'll use 2 ports. So all 4 terminals. So this would be one loop, and this would be a second loop. And the other way, again, you could put an end of line resistor. Now so now we're not using NAC 1 anymore. We're taking it out because there's some construction going on there. So I put a 15,000 ohm resistor on NAC 1, and this. So now the panel won't show a trouble. If any of these NAC circuits are open, the panel will show a trouble. And you can't just put a piece of wire, you have to put a resistor. Now this is an Edwards panel, so it needs a 15,000 ohm resistor, and I just do it. I bought this resistor kit, and I've got all kinds of resistors in here, from like 0 ohms all the way to like 1 million ohms, and I can just pull out whatever resistor I need for whatever alarm I'm doing. So now, if your panel is really big, or your building's big, or you got a lot of like horn strobes, then you can add a booster. So what happens is now, instead of running your wire from your NAC to your horn strobe, you run it from your NAC to your booster. So the booster is just like the fire alarm wiring almost, except so we've got power coming in. So this is 120 volt power straight into the NAC. You can see we have a transformer, and then we got batteries just like the NAC, and then we've got a sense circuit. So the sense here tells us whether we've got a signal from the fire alarm. So this is coming from our NAC in our fire alarm, so this activates the booster. And then we've got 4 NAC circuits here, so these go all to all the different horn strobes. And now, if we're not using a particular NAC, we can put, again, a resistor. Now in this case we don't have to put a resistor. I put one here because somebody cut a wire somewhere. So this loop works fine. This loop works fine, but somebody cut the end of line somewhere, and I have to trace it out. But until then, I wanted to clear the trouble, so I put a resistor. But you can check it out here. So here you've got dip switches. So this dip switch can tell us which NAC gets activated based on how we set them up. So in this case, I only want NAC 1 and 2, so loop 1 and 2 to turn on. So in order to do that, I just turn switch 2 on and switch 1 and 3 stay off. So, and I've got different settings for how I want the NAC to turn on. I got different types of signals that I can send out here, so that's very important as well. And then the last thing is, now if you've got a big building and your panel is not next to your door, then you have an annunciator. So in this case, our annunciator goes to the annunciator section here, so you can see that. So this is a straight 2-wire. It goes straight to the annunciator, and you can have multiple channels, so you just have to follow the instructions for that. And then finally, you will also have, if your panel is being monitored, then you'll have another relay for the monitoring. So that goes to a separate panel. So you'll have to usually use a DSC or some other like standard burglar alarm system that's UL rated, and that goes there, so then you can monitor the panel. So if you have any questions, please post a comment. Thank you.